Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey, and here let's check out the top new games made with Unity for March 22. There were lots of great releases this month, really nice variety and quite a bunch of interesting VR games. It was tough to pick just one. And by the way, before we actually start this month's list, just a quick honorable mention to Willy Snail. This one is not actually made with Unity, it was made in Game Maker. If you follow game dev on YouTube, you probably know about it. It's made by Jonas Tyroller and it's finally out after 4 years of development. It's receiving tons of super positive reviews, so if you like some punishing platformers, then give it a look. Now onto the list of games made with Unity. All of these games are uniquely impressive, so the list is in no particular order, except for the number one game that is my personal pick of the month. Also, there's affiliate links in the description for some of the games. Also, do you want to get hired for your Unity or game dev skills? Check out Talent at SeriesGameJobs.com, which is a new service where companies approach great candidates with offers. It's easy to sign up, and you can connect your existing LinkedIn or portfolio sites to show employers. Check it out with a link to get hired or to find talent. Alright, so starting off at number 10 with one that's been very highly anticipated for a long time, here is Tunic. It's a Zelda-like action exploration game. I love the visuals on this one, very inviting, creates a really nice sense of wonder. You explore this massive world with tons of variation, there's lots of enemies to fight, items to collect, and puzzles to solve. It was in development for 7 years and it's already got almost 2,000 very positive reviews. There was also a session during Unity's GDC where the developer came on and showed a bunch of interesting tricks that the game uses. Definitely go watch that on Unity's Twitch channel if you want to see some behind the scenes on this game. Personally, I really loved watching the trick for how they used by making meshes as a path and then using some scrolling textures for their awesome particle effects. Up next, one that I've been watching on Twitter for quite a long time, Instruments of Destruction. This one is pretty much the definition of a very gifable game. Every clip from this looks excellent. It's got very satisfying destruction with tons of debris, lots of effects, including some nice tilt shift effect. The game itself is a vehicle sandbox game. It's all about building your vehicle to destroy all kinds of buildings, everything with some really awesome physics. You have tons of parts to choose from, you set up what input activates what, so the vehicle construction system is really complex. You build out your vehicle and then load the map and take everything down. The scale and fidelity of the destruction is truly impressive. I tried to find out if this one is using dots in any way, but I couldn't find anything. Either way, the trailer looks really awesome, so if you like some vehicle construction and destruction, then check this out. Up next, a game that is selling a massive amount of copies, it's Core Keeper. Already over 6,000 very positive reviews, that is an insane amount. The game is an adventure crafting mining game. There's a large world to explore with tons of resources together and lots of items to craft. It's got a really nice art style, looks very old school, some awesome pixel art. The game is multiplayer, so that's certainly a reason for its massive success. Build your home with friends, then go out and explore together, fighting all kinds of enemies from some simple slimes to some huge boss fights. Looks like a game that is fun solo and excellent with friends. And then here's a really fun one, Wobbledogs. It's a very descriptive name. You control some dog-like animals that are certainly very wobbly. The game is all about breeding, growing, and mutating your Wobbledogs. Each Wobbledog has their own unique personality. Some just want to sleep while some are hyperactive. You build out their house, give them things to do, and keep them nice and healthy. This one is actually fully out now, graduating from early access. It has 1,500 overwhelmingly positive reviews, so if you're looking for a nice, fun, stress-free pet simulator, then definitely give it a try. If instead you want a home building game but for humans, then look at No Place Like Home. Basically, humanity trashed the Earth and left for Mars, you're one of the few that remain behind, and it's up to you to explore the world, clean the mountains of trash, and rebuild a thriving village with a healthy environment. For me, I love cleaning mechanics, so starting with a really messed up planet and cleaning it all up is immediately appealing to me. Also features the usual crafting mechanics you expect, so you can create buildings, you can farm for food, do some cooking, you can recycle a bunch of old materials and unlock upgrades in a tech tree and so on. Combining world cleaning with world building seems like a great combo and lots of people agree. This one has also just launched out of early access with already over 2,000 very positive reviews. And despite being at 1.0, they're continuing to work on the game with several content updates planned. Then let's check out some VR with I Fetch Rocks. On the one hand, it's also a very descriptive name. It's a game about harvesting resources. However, I feel the name also does a disservice to the game. What caught my eye right away were the interesting machines that you can build. You have all kinds of components and tons of cables to connect them, It's extremely customizable, you can place the controls wherever you want, and if you change your mind, just grab them again and place them elsewhere. You have red cables for power and green cables for data. Connect them all to make sure the components have the power and react to your input. And then of course, after setting up your ship, it's time to fly and gather some resources. The concept looks really interesting and has just landed in early access. I'm curious to check it out a year from now to see just how much they expand upon this base idea. Up next, a pretty unique one, Airborne Kingdom. It's half city builder, half exploration game. You build a floating metropolis, aid the people down below, and fly off on a quest. Build your own ship from scratch with tons of tools at your disposal. Features lots of customization to really make your Airborne Kingdom exactly your own. Also features a creative mode if all you want to do is just build and relax. It's got lots of positive press mentions and tons of awards, definitely a unique take on the tycoon genre. Then a game that combines two really great games, this means Warp. It has the chaotic co-op tasks from Overcooked, coupled with some nice strategy gameplay like FTL. That sounds like a great combo. Co-op is either local or online, however you can also play solo. There's tons of randomization, so every run is unique, and their roadmap is also pretty nicely detailed. However, one really interesting thing about this one is when compared to the other multiplayer game that I mentioned a while ago, compared to Core Keeper. Both of them look great, both have a heavy emphasis on multiplayer, and yet one has over 6,000 reviews while the other one has just under 100. It really goes to show how when you focus on multiplayer, either you hit it massively or not at all. But this game does look interesting and looks well made. It's only now launching in early access, so I hope they manage to grow an audience and have a successful full launch. And up next, if you're looking for a really stylish action platformer, here is Have a Nice Death. Visually it looks excellent, I really like the style. It's a 2D action roguelike, lots of moves, jumps and attacks. The game has a fun story. You play as a overworked death and all your employees are basically slacking off, so it's up to you to get them back to work. All the art is hand-drawn and really gives it an excellent look. Very flowing, very satisfying animations. As with many roguelikes, you also have tons of weapons and upgrades at your disposal, and every upgrade for you also makes your enemies become stronger in some way. Looks pretty fun and already has tons of positive reviews. And over here at number 1 for my personal pick of the month is Planet Crafter. I remember seeing the free prologue for this one quite a while ago and it seems to be doing very well at launch. It's only been out for 5 days by the time that I'm writing this and already has 1500 reviews at 95% positive. The game is an open world survival crafting game with a nice emphasis on terraforming at a planetary scale. So you arrive at this planet, it's all very desolate and inhospitable. Your goal is pretty much to make it livable for humans. So start gathering some resources, start by building some machines to create some oxygen, then create the conditions to build an atmosphere and watch as the planet changes due to your actions. If you do things well, then by the end you will have a vibrant, lush, healthy world to call home. Looking at the trailer, I really love the contrast between the unhealthy red starring planet and the gorgeous lush green planet at the end. It's really a great way of demonstrating player progression in a very visual way. Alright, so that's 10 awesome new games made with Unity launched in March 22. Check out the full playlist to see some more awesome games made with Unity and let me know in the comments what you've been playing. Alright, hope that's useful. Check out these videos to learn some more. Thanks to these awesome Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.